Hello, this is Lyrelion, and welcome back once again to Ars Expeditions. Today, I'm just going to do a brief overview of some of the new spells I've been working on. I've got one for each element, as well as spells for all of the Elemancy schools, so Tempestmancer, Cindermancer, Lavamancer, etc. Um, just going to go over each of the spells, how they're constructed, what they're supposed to do, and then I will demonstrate how they work by using them in battle. I am in creative mode, so I can just kind of spawn enemies as I need. And you'll notice I'm not wearing my traditional Ars robes because I don't want the extra buffs so that the enemies don't die too quickly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the spells. For water, we have Frozen Blast. This is going to fire a projectile that will only hit monsters. It will not resolve on friendly creatures or on the terrain. It will hit a group for heavy frost damage, and anything that does survive will be snared. Scalding Stream is our Vapormancer spell. This one is going to be fired at an enemy and then chained to anything nearby, doing heavy fire and frost damage. Cataclysmic Explosion is our fire spell. Like Frozen Blast, will not resolve on friendlies or on terrain. Will hit a group of enemies for heavy fire damage. Pyrotechnics. This one is our Cindermancer spell. This will launch an enemy into the air and turn them into a fireworks display. This works really well on groups because you get a pretty impressive display of fireworks. Encase is our Lavamancer spell. This one will only resolve on creatures, but it will resolve on both friendly and enemy creatures. Creates a sphere of sand around them, which will then be smelted into glass, leaving them encased in a solid glass block. Piercing Earth is our earth-based spell. This one can be used in two different ways. It can be fired in the air above an enemy to drop falling spikes on them, or it can be fired at the ground beneath them to hit them with spikes from the ground. Scouring Winds is our Siltmancer spell. This one takes advantage of the air and earth focus to get the special effects from the glyphs. So the levitate from the launch extend time and the black hole effect from the gravity sensitive. What this is going to do is lift an enemy into the air, hold them there while they get slashed by the winds. Blightcloud is our Myromancer spell. This one creates a lingering cloud of poison and drowning damage around the player. Hungry Earth, while it sounds like it would be an earth spell, this is actually just a block manipulation spell. You fire this at the blocks below an enemy's feet, causes the ground beneath them to swallow them up. Elemental Affliction is our Elemancer, or the quad element spell. This is going to fire at a group of enemies and hit them with Hex, Poison, Fire, Frost, Shock, and Wither. Does some pretty good damage. And then last, we've got the Improved Zap, which is just an air spell. This is a more early game spell than the others. This is just an improved version of the existing Zap spell on Ars Guide. All of these spells should be going up on Ars Guide fairly soon. You can also just pause the video to get the glyphs for each of them at their respective times. So let's start out with Improved Zap. Just a very basic air spell. Still does some pretty impressive damage though. Okay. Then we've got Frozen Blast. This is a group-based spell, so we'll put a couple out there. And you can see does some pretty good damage. If anything does survive that, they get snared. Piercing Earth. Ground version. And aerial version. Oh. If you hit the ceiling with the ray, it will actually do the spikes on the top, so you kind of have to go from a distance so that you can get the drop effect. Scalding Stream. This is our Vapormancer. Fire and Water. Scouring Winds. Helps if I hit. Oh, hello. Let's do that again without a jellyfish flying in the way. Cataclysmic Explosion, another group spell. This one does leave the residual mage fire in the area. So do be aware of that if you use it. Blightcloud, this is our Ars spell. Pyrotechnics. Hungry Earth. Oh, he managed to dodge that. Let's just make another one here. This one is a little tricky to catch the enemies with sometimes, but when it does work, it's just kind of fun. They just do not want to stand still today. This does work better when there's not obsidian bricks everywhere around, but there we go. So you can see that one of them got swallowed up in the ground. We'll go ahead and finish these guys off by encasing them. See, he is encased in that glass cage there. And finally, Elemental Affliction. And this one does work well against groups as well. But those are the new spells that I've been working on. They should all be going up on Ars Guide soon. Like I said, you can also just pause as I'm going over them to get the list of glyphs. And hope you enjoy using these in your own Ars experiences, whether that be in Ars Expeditions or in some other pack. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe.